Started. I'm Dr. Parasaram, the Assistant Professor and Head of the Department of Library and Information Science. The Ball Service for Women's Autonomous in Tanjore District, Tamil Nadu. The Department of Library and Information Science, Knowledge Organization, Theory 2 on Cataloging on Metadata Theory. The subject is BLIs and MLIs. The courses subjects are available of Knowledge Organization of Theory 2, Cataloging and Metadata Theory. Next. Knowledge Organization of Theory and Cataloging Metadata Theory, Unit 1. Library Cataloging. The catalog is the process of organizations of managing of library materials, of efficiency of retrieval and use. It is the services to the streamline access to resources and enhancements of overall user experience in libraries. The cataloging important the roles in the library and services. Cataloging is different types of catalog. There is the cataloging is to identify of the resources, the printed resources and non-printed resources. The cataloging the main roles is the cataloging metadata, the cataloging and printed and digitalized resources. The first is the second, the definitions of need, the definitions of cataloging. The cataloging is the systematically organization of library. The catalog is the role, the systematically role. The systematically the books arranged, systematically journal arranged, systematically is the processing of going on. The cataloging is the systematically organization of library. First time, the resources are facilitated and retrieval. The resources are facilitated and retrieval. The resources, library resources, lot of the resources, the various the different types of library, different types of the resources, in the different types of the users, in handling of library. The catalog is systematically very important roles. The resources are facilitated of retrieval. Two involves of creating of bibliography. Two involves the catalog is the involve of the creating of the bibliography and the records of for each items to enhance of discoverability and to involves of create the bibliographics. The bibliographics, the books is the title, author, publications, editions, year, ISBN number, card number, and permanent number is access numbers, and the index, context, total number of pages, cost, and this various another one, which editions, which types of volumes, and the keywords, and the examples of the main the publishers, printers, and so many the cataloging, bibliographical cataloging, the identity of the records, each item engages of the discoverability and the needs of cataloging. As with the structures of cataloging is essential for effective information retrieval. And the another one, allowing the users to find the relevant materials. Allowing the users to find the relevant materials. The example is the WAPAC. WAPAC is the online public access catalog. This catalog is available. The libraries, the search that and advanced search is both is the related related to the title, author, publication, second author, editions, and the year, and the publications and resources, printed publications, and indexed. Anyone is properly typing, and the open is the find out the books. The finding of relevant materials quickly and efficiently in most of collections. This system is the services of the users. Quickly and efficiently is the best of collections. The collection is a very important role of the cataloging. The user benefits. The cataloging improves the user experience by capability of aids and navigations, saving of time, and in case of access to necessaries of information. With the promoters of library users, very important that in case of access to necessary of the information, the necessary of the information with the promoters of library usage. The main role of the library catalog, they save the time, library growing algorithms, the receiving the services, the test, and definition of needs and attributes of purpose. The main attributes, these are primary attributes of the cataloging include the organization of materials, and providing the access of find and the ensuring of the proper citations and classifications to each of of use and purpose of catalog. Cataloging is standard to representative of the library collections and facilitates resources and discoveries and supported the users in locating an item identified and efficiently. The supported by the user in locating item identifiably and effectively. And the second tab hand is the supported of researchers. The researchers are very important roles and by operating on the researchers access to the resources and catalogs and contributed and significantly to research on academic success in the use of efficiency of information gathering by offering of structures of access to the resources. Various types of resources, so in library, some resources not found there. The cataloging is contributed by significantly. The cataloging is very utilized of the researchers and contributed by significantly of research on economic success. That is the main role of the academic success and the society and finding of the so many activities of the research, the important roles of the library and enabling an efficiency of information gathering and the KW and data, information, knowledge, wisdom. The research, the data is available. The data is the finding of the information, the utilization of the cataloging, and the knowledge is received by the users. The user is spreaded the wisdom, the world level of the knowledge is spreaded. Yes. Another one, the history of development. And the history of development, yearly of catalogs and printed catalogs and advancement of technologies. The three types. The first of yearly of catalog. The history of the cataloging can be traced back to ancient libraries, where the yearly of catalog were created by to manage scholars and tables and typically and physically lists. And second, the printed catalogs. By the 18th century, the printed catalog emerging of providing of the more systematic approach, the listing library collections, assessing user and navigating of resources. The 18th century, the printed catalog, the resources are two types, the printed resources, non-printed resources. The printed resources of the 18th century employed the providing of the more systematically approach. All the systematically approached, all the catalog and the Anglo-American catalog 1, Anglo-American catalog 1, Anglo-American catalog 2, Anglo-American catalog 2 revises. This another one, the CC, cataloging code, and the dictionary catalog, and the union catalog. So many catalog, the varieties, the digital library of the WAPAC, online public access to the catalog, and the digital resources, the DDC and OCLC, online catalog library classifications. There's so many and metadata, and now is the artificial intelligence of the cataloging, various technological changes. But 19th century of library and the breadth of the important roles of the catalog, the printed cataloging. And the advancement of the technologies, the advancement of the digital technologies in the last of 20th century. The now is the 20th century, the digital technologies latter 20th century and rework stage of cataloging with electronic database. This all the now is the database, electronic database, the e-resources. The database, there are so many databases with that, and Delnet, InfleetNet, and MalikNet, and Helinet, AgriNet, and INIS, and Decidocs, Instax. There are so many the networks available, but all the electronic resources, that is the electronic database, making the catalog more essential, the user friendly. All the catalog is the technological base of the user friendly is the services by the e-resources catalogs. Second, next is the OCLC is one of the importance of the role of the another one and the metadata, and another one is the AI catalog. This is technology based on catalog access and electronic resources and types of catalogs. First is the card catalog. Types of catalogs, the three types. One, card catalog. Second, online catalogs. Third, union catalogs. The first is the card catalog. Traditional card catalogs consist of the physical index card. The card catalog is the traditional catalog, physical index card, arranging of alphabetically, listing of books, details, access the find the materials. The card catalog is the old method. This the properly indexed record, arranging them alphabetically. automatically and list of books and details and assess the kinds of materials. So many library, the old method of card catalog now also is following. That is the important roles. That is the beauty of the library and old method of the card catalogs. This student user-student database and the book student database. The both card is the joining and the card catalogs is ascending arrangement. The system is now also is previously of lot of universities are following online catalog. The second point is the modern library employing the online catalog OPAC. The OPAC is the library LMS system. So OPAC is the main role in the library automation of library automations and books and non-books, printed and digital. The both is joined in the economic library and automation method, ILMS method is all followed by the OPAC. OPAC is the online public access catalog. This is 1965. This types of this not that allows the users to search is the collection of digitally and the offering of advanced search action of the and the remote access. The third point, the Union Catalog. The Union Catalog compiles the listing for multiple libraries, providing the users and comprehensive view of available resources and the addresses of institutions. Next, the Union Catalogs. Next point is the physical forms of library catalog. What is the physical forms of library catalog? And the physical formats and display of systems, transitional forms. The first is the physical forms. The physical catalog include card system. This card catalog is the physical form is the card system. The printed the books and the painted the organized bibliographical information usually housed within library. All the bibliographical information database or the user database, the both and joined is printed resources. All the manually utilized, manually followed the catalog is the printed catalog. And the display the system. Set is the clause containing the code and the printed list where the common and traditional library settings. Present the users with information and the directly format. The display of system. This is the traditional methods. All the traditional library, this method is followed. This method are the one of the security forces. One of the security forces. Books is the circulation section and the 3-4 steps there. 3-4 the circulation system is the very strongest is the issue in terms of method, and one of the methods of the physical formats are very important, and digital formats also important. The physical and digital format both is very important. Why is the physical? Sometimes is the digital format encrypt the information, software destroyed, any systems errors, any problems. At the times is the printed method, physical method is the followed. The both method is the following the library, automation library, that is the best ones in the library services. Transmissional forms. Over time, the physical catalog and transmission of digital formats, and the leading to the development more interactive, user-friendly system. This is the user-friendly systems. Next is the physical forms of inner forms of library catalog. Inner forms of library catalog are 3 types. Metadata standard 1. Second, the classification system. Third, the search is the mechanism. The first is the metadata standard. Inner forms of catalog leverage metadata standard. The metadata standard example mark. What is the mark? The machine readable catalog. The machine readable catalog only the mark. The unique mark that is another one catalog. The machine readable catalog the metadata standards. The example. Dublin Code standardized interpersonal bibliographical information sharing. The mission related of the bibliographical information sharing only the metadata standards. The mark and unique mark and the method is the mark is the machine readable catalog is one of the Dublin Code and standardized of interpersonal bibliographical information sharing. The digital information sharing. Digital bibliographical sharing, that is the metadata Dublin Code. This is the one of the best the mark machine readable catalog method. Another one, classification system. Catalog, the nucleus of the classification system. Example, all the catalogs is the main role of the cataloging and classification. The both is an important role. And the cataloging nucleus of the classification system. The catalog, all the catalog utilize of the classification system. Classification system, totally 8 classification there in the world. There's so many library, so many classification is followed. Examples is the first classification, DDC, Melvin Dewey. Second classification is special classification, and the subject classification, universal classification, bibliographical classifications, and the international writer classification, colon classification, Indian classification. Dr. S.R. Ranganathan is provided the colon classification. The 8 classifications. This is most of the public library use of the colon classification in India. So many academic library use of the in this one of the divide decimal classification, Melvin Dewey 1872. Another one is the university. Most of the university utilized of the universal classifications. Okay, this now is utilized from the cataloging utilized the classification of the divide decimal classification. This Library Congress classification, and another one the Library Congress classifications. The 8 classification, one of the classification of Library Congress classification by who is the producer, the Library Congress in India. Library Congress USA. Organizers of materials, the company of loyalty. So many 8 classification available. First classification, divide decimal classification, Library Congress classification, subject classification, universal decimal classification, international writer classification, bibliographical classification, colon classifications. There are so many classifications there. But the example, the two provided, 2 classification bodies is provided, and all the classifications of different types of library, different types of places of utilized following. And the following method, the school supported by the classification catalog of user ability of search effectively, search of mechanism. The search of mechanism and the normal search and advanced search, the search of the vocabulary of thesaurus in case of user ability, searching of retrieval of the information effectively, and the user forms indexing. Indexing is very important. The bibliographical index. Importance of cataloging. Cataloging is plays a critical role of in the functioning of library, engage of service of delivery of the resource of organization and the user assessments, and the features of directions. The technological continues to evolve, and cataloging and practice all the accepted and to adapt to the features, incorporating artificial intelligence, machine learning, improve the accuracy of efficiency. And the third one is the invitation of exploration. The user of library alike or encouraged to explore of innovative cataloging practice, fostering teamwork applications for the organization and the accessibility of information resources. And next is the unit 2, the document of format and entries. The cataloging knowledge theory of cataloging metadata, and the second unit on the documents, formats of entries, and this is preservation of the expose of various formats. The expose of various formats of the documents and catalog entries. Various documents, catalog entries. The entries is very important, and the elements that contributed the effective of the documents. Understanding this accepted is essential for accurate data management in the library and archives. The essential of accurate data in the library and archives. The entries is the accurate data is very important. The facts. Next, document and format entries. The next point is the types of documents formats. The printed documents, non-printed documents, mixed media, digital resources. And the 4th category, the printed documents is most the traditional text books. They are significance and preserving and distributions of information. These formats generally follow the strict and cataloging standard for the constituency. Non-printed documents that can often include the digital format has the e-books, audio, visual materials, online database. This is the technological aspect spending of the information as a store. E-resources is only this non-printed documents. Non-printed documents is non-book materials. Non-book materials, the digital storage materials. Digital storage materials. Example: CD, floppy, pen drive, floppy, and digital storage materials. Digital real resources, database, database networking, the storage of the networking link. That is digitalized of the way of, and so many library network, so many database, so many storage, electronic storage devices available in the digital printed, non-printed resources, non-printed the books, non-printed the data is the digital resources services. Next is the mixed media. Combine the different formats such the text and topics, audio mixed media, documents scattered and diverse, literacy or learning styles, engagement of understanding. Example: digital resources, including the websites, application, design of the research, educational, entertainment, networking, resource reduce, specialization of knowledge, understanding the digital, right, management. Next, kinds of entry. And the individual author or corporate author, pseudonymous work, uniform titles. The example: the kinds of entry. The kinds of entry is the individual author. Author is the first author, second author, third author. And this uniform titles. This the first is the individual author. The entries of work is the individual author, including the complete the names and the birth and death dates is available, and other identify the details ensure the correct attributions. The individual author is the foreign authors. Is the second name only. The author name, the first name is the father, and family is the second name. First is the individual author is the what is the individual authors include the completed names is birth and death dates is applicable for the identify the details and ensure the correct of contributions. The corporate author. For organization of and title of catalog entries reflect the corporate structures, highlighting the role of the providing the work will ensure the clarity and the consistency of referencing. The corporate author, one of the institution, one of the L&D, one of the organization, one of the institutions, anyone that is the specific editor and author, that is person is the corporate authors. The pseudonymous work and the entries for work and published, and the pseudonymous record the careful the document is linked the contributions accurately, ensuring the original identified represented by the catalog. And the original identifier of the represented in the catalogs. And the second and fourth is the uniform titles. Uniform titles is used by the standardized of entries. Uniform titles is the standardized of entries for work that may have different editions of translations and helping avoid the confusion, ensuring all the relevant version organization of data. And the different editions and translation of helping avoid. Translation of helping avoid confusions of ensuring all the relevant of versions and the organized of together. And cataloging of non-printed documents, essential of elements. Another one is the challenging of cataloging, better catalog usage, user interactions. The cataloging non-printed documents. Already I said to you, the cataloging is the non-printed documents, and the essential of elements. Non-printed documents entries should be include the unique identified there, such as the DOI, digital, and then facilitated proper citation retrieval. Catalog rules should be addressed electronic format specifically. Electronic format specifically is the essential elements. Challenging of catalog, the rapid evolution of digital format presents challenging of consistency of standard catalog must stay updated on best practice or among the technological to managing this format user-centric approach collaborations. And the other grades of standards, the catalog should be adhere of established of standards such as MARC and RDA. The maintain the consistency of facilitated and the interoperability between the different libraries of systems. Second, ongoing training. Ongoing the professional development, cataloging ensures and that they are all equipped with the latest knowledge and practice to handling new formats and technological and documents and management. Handling the new format and technological document management. And the user-centric approach. Consideration of the user needs of behavior and guides, cataloging or easy to accessible to the appropriate catalogs for the use of research recruitment. Collaborations of library instruction should be collaboration to share the insights and develop the unified cataloging practice, fostering more review of information ecosystems.